So, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Dadthewise, the wisest of all internet dads. We are here to answer some questions from the internet and play a little Final Fantasy XIV. So, let's load up the game real quick while we're waiting. Because why not? Why not load up the game? So, I have some tough questions today, actually. So, I haven't read these. Haven't prepared anything in advance. Have no idea what's going on with these questions, so it's a surprise to me. So, last night, asked my wife about questions. She chose some. Today, we're gonna be doing this. So let's go. Gotta shut down some stuff real quick. Gonna post on the Twitters that I am going live. Come, blah, 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 blah. Home. Okay. Let's tweet out. Okay, so here we go. You can always catch this on repeat on YouTube if you missed the questions, if you're interested in that. Okay, first things first. These two will come from r/relationship advice. I do not have the usernames because I do not think that is important. What is important is the questions. So, girlfriend, 37 female, was flirting with her friend's husband at dinner. I, 27 male, think I'm going to ghost her. Okay. Me and my wife have an age difference of about 7 years. So, you know, the thing here, the age difference doesn't bother me so much. It's just weird, I guess. 37 female should be at that point where kids. 27 male might be thinking about it at that point. Okay. We've been together about a month. Well, that's going to start. This starts the relationship great. We go to our friend's house for dinner last night. I noticed she's always flirting with her friend's husband. Well, he's probably hotter than you. Or in the same age category as you. Or I don't know. We were all sitting on the couch, and he's gonna sit down and ask my girlfriend if can lay on her thighs. She says yes. At that point, I started getting irritated, but it could have been innocent, so I didn't say anything. Okay, I'm gonna stop this. This is a bullshit question. This never happened. Then I go to wash my hands. As soon as I walk out of the room, I hear my girlfriend saying, "John, I just like saying your name." Okay, your girlfriend went over to her friend's husband's house and is verbally fucking him in front of her friend? No. We're sitting at the table. I notice my girlfriend and this dude are literally staring at each other the whole time. Dude's wife is gone. She comes back and they stop. If this were to happen, they're already having sex. They're already in there. Nothing personal, but this doesn't happen. The final straw for me was when his wife walked away from the table. He picks up a piece of shrimp. My girlfriend tells him she wanted that piece to peel it for her. He peels it, girlfriend eats it, then gives him a piece of shrimp. The girlfriend starts saying, "Oh, thanks so much for sharing. I was just testing you. You're definitely in there." What? All this blatantly in front of me. Okay. So you're being used. If this is even real, it's not. It's not real. But if it were, you're being used. It's clear you're being used, and you'd be an idiot not to know that you're being used. You're just trying to make this guy jealous. Hey, look how hot I am at 37. I can get a 27-year-old dude who wants to... That's how tight my pee is. I've got some good... Get in here with that shrimp of yours. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Sorry. All this blatantly in front of me. I don't know if she thinks I'm stupid because I don't want to talk a lot or what. But at this point, I'm fully pissed off. Left the party without saying bye to anyone. I haven't talked to her at all. She keeps asking what's wrong with me. I just ignored her. No, she didn't. She doesn't care. I feel like she's definitely did something with this dude or there's an ongoing thing. I don't really see the point in talking about it with her because she'll just lie and say I'm one who's being weird. I think I can ghost her. Well, considering this isn't real, you can ghost your girlfriend. I mean, that's fine. No one really cares because we all know it's fake, so it doesn't make a difference. But it's obvious that if it were real, she's using you to make him jealous. So, and again, they've already... So, I don't... Yeah. This is a trash question. Not sure why I picked it. Apologies. And I'm not saying cheating doesn't happen. Cheating happens all the time. But if you're 27 dating a 37-year-old and she looks like she's interested in another dude, bail. Bail as quick as possible. There's a reason she's 37 and single. Okay. Next question. This is a little more heartbreaking. I, 22, am leaving abusive husband 30 after 5 long years today. Please help. This is the scariest thing I have ever had to do. We met when I was 17. He was 25. I was love bombed from the start. We got into a serious and deep relationship quickly. He was my first serious relationship. I lost my virginity to him. By the end of the first year we lived together, there was always chaos on his end. Whether it was drug and alcohol use, financial issues, infidelity. I always thought that he was just the man who the world did wrong and I had to fix him. To me, he couldn't really just be like that. Naivety. At the age of 17, you see people for what you want them to be in their best possible light. And that's unfortunate because people skew hard towards scumbag. 2018, we got married when I was 19. Things were good for a short while. Okay. Things were good for a short while, so we tried to conceive in 2019. Fall 2019, I'm pregnant with our daughter. Things got worse than before. He started getting badly domestically violent. I was almost put into preterm labor. Well, that should have been the first clue, okay? You're pregnant with his daughter, and he's beating you so badly that he almost put you into preterm labor. You should have had him arrested and a restraining order on him and moved out of town. Changed your name and avoided him forever. The infidelity also continued. His family never even bat an eye. They live in the apartment downstairs. Oh, well, this is doing great already. So y'all live in an apartment together with his family downstairs, and you're going to move away? Up until March, I was desperate to make it work, pleading. I was always the backbone of the relationship. He was treating me so horribly for no reason, but I was dying for a family unit. Then, at the least expected time, my current partner walked in my life. So, I separated with the baby. During these 6 months, me and him have had daily communication. but none of it was ever productive. Nobody's perfect, but this new person is close to it. In the past 6 months, I feel more respected by him in one day than I did in 5 years altogether for my soon-to-be ex-husband. He's everything and more I could ask for in a person. Okay? Anytime I try starting the conversation that my conclusion from the separation is I'm going to leave, he blows up screaming and crying, hyperventilating. He begs for me back. He starts getting into a romantic Shakespeare mood. Suddenly is changed and self-aware. He's not changed or self-aware. He's going to use this tactic every time. It's a tactic he's learned from his parents, most likely by watching them, probably because he watched his father abuse his mother, and the father always begged for the mom back, and the mom always came back. He makes me feel so horrible, like I am this horrible person and abandoning him and moving on. Well, you are. You are abandoning him and moving on, but that doesn't make you a horrible person. That's the right thing to do. You need to move on. As if he is now the victim. Of course he's going to act like the victim. It makes you feel guilty. It's a tactic. If he can make you feel bad about what you're doing, he's more likely to convince you to not do it. That's simple. You're not bad for wanting to move on from this relationship. At all. You need to move on from this relationship. Your soon-to-be daughter needs you to move on from this relationship. This is not a good relationship to be in at all. Do you want your daughter raised around a guy who treats you like other shit? Who abuses you? Who gaslights you? Is that the type of man you want your daughter to think she should be with? No. As much as he did do, I definitely am trauma bonded to him, so this response doesn't help. I don't like being the reason a person is hurt or crying. You're not. He isn't crying over you. He's not hurt because of you leaving. He's hurt because he's not getting his way. There's a difference. He's hurt because at the end of the day, he needs someone else to make feel worse about themselves than he feels about himself. He's a piece of shit. He knows he's a piece of shit. But if he can make you feel worse than a piece of shit, then he's not the worst piece of shit in the house. And therefore, it's better for him. If you're worse than him, then his life isn't so bad. These are emotional vampires, essentially. And we talked about this with somebody else's parents. An emotional vampire does not care about anyone else's feelings. They want to take from that person. They want to take and they want to grab and they want to suck everything you have to give emotionally out of you. They want you to stop being a person and they want you to start being a them. They want you to be an extension of them. An emotionless puppet that they can manipulate and use and drag all of their inadequacies and negative feelings onto. They don't want to feel for themselves. They don't want to come to the reality that they are absolutely horrible people. And so, in their mind, and this extends to even race issues. In their mind, if someone is worse than them, they're not the worst person. So it's okay. That's what's going on here. The crying, the hurt, the manipulation isn't because he feels bad or guilty. He's a sociopath. He doesn't feel bad or guilty. He beat you to the point where you almost went into preterm labor while pregnant. That tells you he doesn't give a fuck. Right there, that tells you he does not give a single fuck what happens to you. Not one. The crying is to make you feel bad. He knows it will work on you. He knows this manipulation will work on you. It's probably worked in the past. Okay? And like all these people, they know if they can make you feel bad, that they can control you. And once they control you, they can start whittling away what little bits of yourself you have left, to the point where you don't exist anymore as a person. And you need to. You found someone who makes you want to exist as a person. I mean, there isn't a question here about which one you should be with. And if you think there is, you need to get some therapy. You're going to need therapy either way if, this happens. Because you need to get over the fact that you're not in the wrong here. You're a human. You have the right to make choices for yourself. No one can take that away. Okay? No one. And unfortunately, regardless of the choice you make, you have to live with that. This guy made a choice to hurt you. Your choice is to move on. He needs to live with that. He's never going to improve or get better or self-reflect if he knows there's a chance that manipulating you emotionally might end up having you right back where you are. So, he's making it difficult letting me go on to have this nice life I could have with someone new. Am I really a heartless villain? No, you're not. You're not a heartless villain. You're a person. You're a person who's been abused, who is in an abusive relationship, who needs to move on. Look, I feel bad for certain dads who try very hard to make relationships work for their children, who love their children unconditionally, who have loved their wives unconditionally. I feel bad for mothers the same way. You love your children, you love your husband, you've tried making everything work, and it doesn't. And these are non-abusive relationships, right? These are relationships where you fall in love with somebody for what they are, and things change. They change over time. They're not the person you thought they would be, or the connection you thought you had 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road isn't there anymore. Like, you can try therapy. It might help. You can tell yourself, I'm not a bad person, and move on. You're not a bad person. Okay? But I will tell you this. If you stay in that relationship with that guy, you will be trapped until he kills you, he seriously hurts your daughter, or he leaves. And here's the thing about people like this. He will leave. And it may be after he hurts you. After he has manipulated you so much that you don't have a clue who you are anymore. Or what you are. Or what you want. And your daughter is devoid and helpless and scared. And then he leaves. And then what are you left with? Nothing. You're left with nothing then. So, move on. Separate from him. If, 5 years down the road, he's gone to therapy, he's gotten some help, some medications, he's got a stable job, a stable relationship that he's had for multiple years, and he wants to be in his daughter's life, maybe then you can talk about it. As of right now, you need to cut ties with him and his family and move on and be happy. So that's the end of the advice today. Sorry I ended on a sad note. Oh, there was another question that was asked. So we'll end on a little slightly happier note. And I don't have it in front of me, but it was, what if any animal could be the size of a horse, what would be the most magnificent animal to ride into battle? And I've been thinking about this. What would, like, everybody says, well, bees, peacocks, all these colorful animals, right? They're colorful, they're bright, they're shimmery. But would they be the most magnificent to ride into battle on? So I was thinking about it. And I think, for me, the most magnificent animal to ride into battle on, if it was the size of a horse. So, and that's hard to define, because how do you define horse size? Are you talking from head to rump, head to tail, height? Because horses are tall as get out, depending on the horse. So let's see here if I can find a picture of this. And I think if I had to choose one to ride into battle, if it was horse size, knowing it would not kill me, oh, I would absolutely choose a Komodo dragon. Absolutely. Man, a horse-sized Komodo dragon would mess you up. Those claws, the bite, the eyes that are devoid of life, the slime coming out of his mouth. Oh, man. Now, this is based on the fact that it's horse-sized, right? So, I mean, I don't know what that means. But I'm assuming as tall as a horse, not necessarily as long as a horse. Which means that thing would be long. Hi, old school. Long Komodo dragon. So that's my choice. If I had to choose a creature the size of a horse, that was magnificent. Komodo dragon. Okay, let's play. See, I was wondering if I'd be able to load right back in now that kids are in school without a queue. No, I can't. It's still full. That's insane. It is still full. Wow. Okay. Kind of impressed. Kind of impressed. Here's the deal. I've had the beard, mustache for, I want to say, I'm trying to think how many years. Probably, good God, it's been at least 10 years I've had this thing, right? If I get up to 1,000 Twitch followers and 100 live at one time, I will shave my beard to look like my Lalafel's beard. Just like the little mustache and the little thing. That's my promise. If it ever happens, 1,000 followers, 100 viewers at one time. Okay, now where are we going? Neuraxia. Oh. Yeah, let's leave the Solar. So I went for a 3-mile walk this morning, which was great. It felt good, at least. Like, I have an issue with this room because, like, there's no light. Like, outside light. It'd be very, bleak. Let's go to New Gridania. And if you haven't noticed, I don't level very quickly. I don't... Like, when I was younger, man, I would sit here for hours. And I would play the F out of this game if I was younger. To the point where your mind would be blown. I would probably sit here for 12 plus hours, man. Play this game. No problem. I don't have the patience for that shit anymore. I'm not saying the game isn't good. I'm saying I just don't have the patience. Like, as an adult, as a father, I have so much shit to do. Plus, honestly, my ADHD will not let me do it. Like, I need to be doing something not different all the time, but I gotta be doing something that isn't the same repetitive bullshit all the time. Like, I'm sorry, but like, combat in this game is okay, but it's just okay. Like, if I want a game like that feels more alive with combat, I'm gonna say Guild Wars 2 is, and this is me. Guild Wars 2 is a much better combat game for the combat than World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV. Storyline, you could argue the storyline's pretty good. Graphics, graphically, it's still great looking. I mean, it isn't perfect, but it is still a good looking game. Right? Like, it is a good looking game. You're not long for this world? What, are you vomiting? Time to soothe him. Oh, I'm gonna comfort this guy. That's what I like doing. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. I know what that is. I actually do know what that is. So he had one of these. Let me pull it out here. All eyeballs and teeth, right? So he had a baleful beholder with him, like, or a beholder. I'm assuming something like that. Like, beholders are awesome. Oh man, you saw a corpse. Seems like that's pretty common around these parts. Teamwork! Yeah! That's all we need is teamwork to make the dream work. Okay. Proposal, huh? Faces torn to shreds. Okay. So I have to go kill... Look, everybody knows, like, the Ziz do that type of damage. Probably not them, though, but, you know, if we could just go kill them anyway, that'd be great. Seems like a pretty fucking suspect logic there. Oh, I'm below the recommended level for this fate. Okay. That's good, I guess. Why is her level 37 fate up there? Guess no one knows. Oh, wait, do these count too? Do I get, like, both at the same time? Oh, I do! Awesome! Hey, man, I'll take that. That's cool. I get to take out some Ziz, which I need for that stupid quest, and get a fate done. How can you beat that? Tell you can't. Okay, let's kill this one. Get rid of this thing. Man, I need a freaking AoE attack of some sort. Let me tell you something. Obnoxious. Obnoxious. Anyway, so this is the first day that I don't have my kids with me. You know, I'm gonna say Rift does Rifts better than Final Fantasy XIV does Fates. That's, okay, hear me out, alright? This Fate is 2 creatures, essentially. Right? A Rift, when it spawned, was huge. Like, you'd have to fight waves. A Rift in the game Rift. So, the MMO Rift. The World of Warcraft knockoff, essentially. Right? Like, that game, when a rift would spawn, the rift was a lot more fun to do than anything in this game so far, combat-wise. And that's not to say like this game is terrible, it's just like, okay, 2 mobs spawning there. You kill 2 mobs, 2 more mobs spawning in the exact same location. You kill those 2 mobs, 2 more mobs spawning in the exact same location. So on, so forth, forever and eternity. Right? It's not exactly groundbreaking development. Rift, on the other hand, yeah, spawn locations were fixed, but, you know, bosses, you'd have waves. It's a lot more interesting. The masked man with his winged eyeball. Oh! Why are there 2 quests? They both look important. I haven't seen this in a while. Where's this rock I need to throw things at? That always sounds interesting. Well, let's go throw a rock at a stick at a rock real fast. Tired. Didn't sleep too well last night. Daddy's gonna miss his little girl and his son. They're both gone. I'm a little sad because of it. So I'm not necessarily sure what to do with them gone all day, but you know, we'll figure something out. Oh. Yeah, I did it. Let's collect some humming crystals. You get blown up by something, probably. You just... You know, like, the moment you start doing this, something's gonna happen. Some monster's gonna come out. Some bad guy's gonna pop his head up and be like, "Oh, I see you're stealing those humming crystals. I want them for myself." You just know it. That's... Writers are predictable. Okay, here's the 5th one. Let's see what happens. No, nothing? Oh, that was weird. Okay, Fat Cat, let's go. Is there any way out of here? No, it's this way. Oh man. We gotta kill some birds. Killing some birds in the name of. Okay. Yeah, this is normally the time I take a nap. So I feel a little tired. Let's survey the area. See what's going on. Oh no, something hostile. Okay. I investigated. Now I gotta go back. Okay. Yeah, let's pay some gills so I can teleport back faster. Not a big fan of running. Like I said, they're gonna give me like 3 times as much gold anyway. Probably 200 times as much gold. 20 times, something like that. I don't know. Here, you can have some crystals. Done. Yay. Okay. I'm actually going to take off for a little bit because it's nap time for me. I'll be back with more questions to answer later. Have a good night.